Students, for example, can benefit from part-time positions that allow them to gain work experience and income while focusing on their studies. Similarly, caregivers or those with other personal responsibilities can maintain their roles in the workforce without compromising their obligations outside of work. This inclusivity broadens your company's appeal and diversity. 2. In addition to attracting a wider variety of employees, flexibility through part-time work can foster innovation and creativity. Employees with balanced lives tend to bring fresh perspectives and renewed energy to their tasks. When someone isn't overwhelmed or burnt out, they are more likely to contribute ideas and solutions that drive the company forward, benefiting from the mental space that flexible work arrangements provide. Flexibility also enhances work-life integration rather than forcing a strict separation between work and home life. This integration is important in a world where technology often blurs these boundaries. Part-time roles can be designed to fit seamlessly around other life priorities, allowing employees to thrive both inside and outside the office. Finally, flexible part-time work arrangements help companies become more resilient and adaptive. In a constantly shifting economic and social environment, organizations that can adjust their workforce scheduling quickly will be better prepared to meet new challenges. Flexibility is not just a perk, it's a fundamental shift in how work is approached to meet the needs of today's diverse workforce. Hey, wider talent pool. One of the significant advantages of incorporating part-time work into your company's staffing strategy is the ability to tap into a much broader and more diverse talent pool. When your company offers only full-time roles, it naturally limits itself to candidates who can commit to a traditional 40-hour work week or more. This excludes many highly skilled and experienced professionals who, for various reasons, cannot or prefer not to work full-time but still want to contribute meaningfully. For example, many parents, especially mothers, often seek part-time positions to balance childcare responsibilities with their careers. By providing part-time roles, your company becomes accessible to this vast segment of the workforce, allowing you to retain or attract skilled professionals who might otherwise be forced to leave the labor market. This not only benefits your company, but also supports gender diversity and inclusion efforts by enabling a more equitable workforce. Retirees are another valuable segment of the talent pool that part-time roles can unlock. Many retirees want to stay active and engaged without the full-time commitment, sharing their years of experience and wisdom in flexible working arrangements. Hiring retirees part-time allows companies to benefit from their expertise, mentorship, and industry knowledge while offering the retirees a way to stay connected and purposeful. Additionally, students and recent graduates often look for part-time work to support their studies or gain experience in their field of interest. Part-time roles give them a chance to develop relevant skills, network professionally, and earn income without jeopardizing their academic progress. By offering flexible part-time positions, companies can cultivate a pipeline of future talent who are already familiar with their culture and operations. People undergoing career transitions or those re-entering the workforce after a break, whether due to health issues, caregiving, or personal reasons, also represent an untapped reservoir of talent. These individuals often prefer part-time roles as a stepping stone back into full-time employment or simply as a sustainable long-term option. By welcoming them with flexible opportunities, companies demonstrate inclusivity and social responsibility. Moreover, part-time roles can attract highly specialized professionals who may not need or want full-time employment, but whose skills are crucial for certain projects or functions. Freelancers, consultants, or experts in niche areas often prefer part-time or contract-based work. Incorporating part-time options allows your company to access this specialized expertise without the overhead of full-time contracts. Offering part-time roles also enhances geographic diversity in your workforce. People living in remote areas or with limited transportation options might find part-time hours more manageable, enabling your company to hire talent outside traditional commuting distances. In combination with remote work policies, this expands your company's reach beyond local hiring pools. Lastly, a wider talent pool created by part-time work can lead to more creative and dynamic teams. Employees from different backgrounds, life stages, and experiences bring diverse perspectives and problem-solving approaches. This diversity can drive innovation and help your company adapt more effectively to market changes and customer needs, creating a competitive advantage. Cost-effective, one of the most practical reasons for companies to consider part-time work is the potential for significant cost savings. Full-time employees often come with higher salary expectations, benefits packages, and other associated expenses. When you offer part-time roles, you can better align labor costs with actual business needs, paying for only the hours worked while still accessing skilled talent. By employing part-time workers, companies can reduce expenditures related to health insurance, retirement contributions, paid leave, and other full-time benefits. Although some benefits may still be required depending on local labor laws, overall costs tend to be lower because part-time roles usually involve fewer hours and consequently fewer benefits. This can make a noticeable difference in the company's payroll budget, especially when scaled across multiple positions. In addition, part-time work allows for more precise budgeting and financial forecasting. Instead of committing to a full-time salary regardless of workload fluctuations, companies can schedule staff based on demand. For example, during busy seasons, additional part-time workers can be brought in, while during slower periods, hours can be reduced without the complexity of layoffs or furloughs. This flexibility reduces the risk of overstaffing and the financial strain it causes. Part-time employment can also help reduce overhead costs in other areas. For instance, fewer full-time employees mean lower expenses for office space, equipment, utilities, and other resources. Part-time workers may also be more amenable to remote or flexible arrangements, which can further decrease the need for physical office space and related costs. Another cost-effective element of part-time work comes from reducing turnover. High turnover is expensive due to recruitment, onboarding, and training costs. By offering flexible part-time options, companies often increase employee satisfaction and retention, which lowers these costs over time. Satisfied part-time employees are more likely to stay longer, reducing the financial and operational disruptions associated with frequent hiring cycles. Furthermore, part-time roles enable companies to engage specialized skills or temporary expertise without committing to long-term, full-time contracts. This is particularly beneficial for project-based work, seasonal demands, or roles requiring unique skills that aren't needed year-round. Hiring experts on a part-time or consultancy basis ensures that the company pays only for the expertise required, optimizing expenditures while maintaining high-quality outputs. Part-time employment also opens the door for companies to invest in training and development more strategically. Instead of spreading training budgets thinly across a large full-time workforce, companies can focus on key part-time employees who bring the most value. This targeted investment can improve productivity without inflating costs, making talent development more sustainable and efficient. Finally, by managing labor costs carefully through part-time roles, companies improve their overall financial health and competitiveness. Lower fixed labor costs increase operational agility and free up capital that can be reinvested in innovation, marketing, or technology. In today's fast-paced markets, this financial flexibility can be the difference between thriving and struggling to keep up. Improved productivity, one of the most surprising yet powerful benefits of offering part-time work, is the positive impact it can have on productivity. When employees are allowed to work fewer hours or have flexible schedules, they often bring greater focus and energy to their tasks during the time they are on the job. This heightened concentration can lead to more efficient work and better outcomes, as employees are less likely to feel overwhelmed or fatigued. Part-time employees typically experience less burnout because their work hours are more manageable and aligned with their personal capacities. Burnout is a significant productivity killer, causing mental fatigue, absenteeism, and disengagement. By reducing the risk of burnout through part-time arrangements, companies help employees maintain a higher level of performance consistently over time. Moreover, when people work part-time, they tend to prioritize tasks better. Knowing that their hours are limited, part-time workers often focus on completing high-impact work and managing their time carefully. This sharper focus on priority tasks can lead to quicker turnaround times and more meaningful contributions, which benefit the overall workflow and project outcomes. Flexibility and scheduling part-time employees can also optimize productivity by aligning work hours with peak performance times. Some individuals are naturally more productive in the morning, while others perform better later in the day. Allowing employees to choose schedules that suit their rhythms helps maximize their output and creativity during working hours. Additionally, part-time workers often return to work refreshed after time off, which can lead to renewed motivation and commitment. Instead of feeling drained by long work weeks, they have more opportunities to rest, pursue personal interests, or address other life responsibilities. This balance fosters a healthier, more engaged workforce that can sustain high performance over the long haul. The presence of part-time workers can also positively influence full-time employees by promoting a culture that values efficiency and well-being. When full-time colleagues see their part-time peers effectively managing workloads within limited hours, it can inspire better time management and encourage a results-focused mindset throughout the team. Furthermore, part-time work arrangements can foster collaboration and creativity by introducing varied perspectives and experiences. Because part-time employees often have commitments outside of work, they bring diverse ideas and problem-solving approaches that can enrich team discussions and lead to innovative solutions, further driving productivity. Finally, companies that embrace part-time work often experience lower rates of absenteeism. When employees can work flexible or reduced hours, they are less likely to miss work due to personal or family obligations. This consistent presence helps maintain steady workflows and reduces disruptions that can negatively impact productivity. Reduced burnout has become a growing concern in today's fast-paced and demanding work environments. It can lead to exhaustion, decreased motivation, and reduced effectiveness, ultimately harming both employees and the company. One of the key ways to combat burnout is by offering part-time work options, which help employees better manage their workloads and reduce the overwhelming pressure that often accompanies full-time roles. Part-time work allows employees to step back and recharge more frequently. When people are working fewer hours, they have more time to rest, pursue hobbies, spend time with loved ones, or focus on their mental and physical health. This regular recovery time is critical for preventing the chronic stress that leads to burnout, making part-time roles an effective tool for maintaining employee well-being. Employees working part-time often experience a better sense of control over their work-life balance. When people can decide how much time they dedicate to work, they are less likely to feel trapped or overburdened. This autonomy can significantly reduce feelings of stress and anxiety, which are common precursors to burnout. Moreover, part-time work can help employees avoid the fatigue that comes with long, uninterrupted hours on the job. The intense concentration and continuous effort required in full-time roles can drain energy quickly. With part-time schedules, employees can pace themselves better, spreading their workload in a way that feels sustainable and less taxing. By reducing burnout, part-time work also supports employees' emotional health. And burnout often manifests as irritability, disengagement, and emotional exhaustion. When people have the chance to work fewer hours or take breaks more frequently, they are better equipped to stay emotionally resilient and maintain positive relationships with colleagues and managers. Organizations that offer part-time options also signal that they prioritize their employees' health and happiness. This creates a culture of care and support, which can further mitigate burnout. Employees who feel valued and understood are more likely to be open about their needs and seek help before reaching a breaking point. In addition, reduced burnout through part-time work can lead to fewer sick days and lower absenteeism. Employees who manage stress well are less prone to physical illnesses related to stress, such as headaches, digestive issues, or cardiovascular problems. This improves overall workforce reliability and continuity, which benefits business operations. Finally, part-time arrangements can also encourage employees to develop healthier work habits and boundaries. When people are not expected to work long hours continuously, they can better separate work from personal life. This separation is crucial in preventing the blurring of lines that often leads to chronic overwork and burnout. Higher retention rates, employee retention, is a critical factor in the success and stability of any organization. High turnover can be costly, disruptive, and damaging to team morale. One of the most effective ways to improve retention is by offering part-time work options, which help employees achieve better work-life balance and feel more satisfied with their jobs, making them more likely to stay with the company long-term. Part-time work creates a supportive environment where employees feel their personal needs are valued alongside their professional contributions. When workers believe their employer respects their time and commitments outside of work, it builds loyalty and trust. This sense of appreciation often translates into a deeper commitment to the company and its goals. Furthermore, employees who have access to flexible scheduling are less likely to seek other job opportunities simply because their current role doesn't fit their lifestyle. Many people leave jobs not due to dissatisfaction with the work itself, but because of rigid schedules or the inability to balance work with family, education, or health needs. Part-time roles can remove this common barrier to retention. Offering part-time options also appeals to employees at different life stages. For instance, parents may want to reduce their hours temporarily to care for young children, or older employees may wish to scale back as they approach retirement. Providing these opportunities helps retain valuable talent that might otherwise leave the company altogether, preserving institutional knowledge and expertise. In addition, part-time work can help reduce burnout, which is a significant cause of employee turnover. By allowing workers to manage their hours and workload, companies can prevent exhaustion and disengagement that often lead employees to quit. A workforce that feels balanced and supported is naturally more stable and consistent. Retention is also influenced by how much employees feel they can grow and adapt within their roles. Part-time work arrangements often come with the flexibility to pursue education, training, or personal development outside of work hours. When employees can invest in themselves without leaving their jobs, they are more likely to remain with the company and grow alongside it. Moreover, companies that promote part-time work often cultivate a positive workplace culture. When flexibility is part of the company ethos, employees feel comfortable discussing their needs and challenges. This open communication helps identify and resolve issues before they become reasons for departure, contributing to long-term retention. Finally, higher retention rates mean less time and money spent on recruiting, hiring, and training new employees. The costs associated with turnover can be substantial, including lost productivity and the impact on team dynamics. By investing in flexible work arrangements like part-time roles, companies save resources and maintain a more experienced, cohesive workforce. In closing, embracing part-time work is more than just offering flexible hours. It's about creating a workplace where people feel valued, supported, and empowered to bring their best selves to the table. By opening your doors to part-time roles, your company not only gains access to a richer talent pool, but also builds a resilient, motivated, and productive workforce that can adapt to the ever-evolving demands of today's business world. As we look to the future, it's clear that flexibility and inclusivity will be key drivers of success. Companies that recognize the benefits of part-time work position themselves as leaders, attracting the right people, reducing costs, and fostering a culture that promotes well-being and innovation. I encourage you to consider how part-time work can fit into your organization's strategy. The positive ripple effects from happier employees to stronger business results are well worth the investment. Let's move forward with openness and creativity, making part-time work an integral part of our company's growth and success. Thank you.